Good evening, dear friends. Stimulated by a huge number of videos dedicated to the twin flames problems, I decided to speak up about some of my doubts and observations. I consider myself as a person quite dedicated to spiritual growth and self-development in emotional and mental aspect. But yet, I have never had any direct experience with some higher spiritual beings like angels or Pleiadians or something similar. I don't deny their existence, I just cannot confirm it either. What actually worries me is that a lot of people on YouTube claim to have the ability to communicate with those spiritual beings and to channel their messages, or they're relying on their guidance and support as they're trying to do tarot readings. Okay, I presume that some of them really do have some kind of abilities to contact the other dimensions and that they are truly capable of revealing some things that are about to happen or that are happening right now, but we are just not able to recognize them and to properly see them for what they truly are. I myself have watched many videos on YouTube that have been presenting some sort of channelings, like channeling messages from other dimensions, or readings and interpretations like tarot readings and astrology. So especially those channelings and tarot readings are questionable for me, as they seem to be either quite unstable, and when I say unstable, I mean in a way that for several weeks or months those messages are very positive and encouraging about the forthcoming reunion and the progress in achieving the level of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. But then, after a period of positivity and enthusiasm, as if those transmitters of such messages have realized that they gave too much unrealistic hope to the viewers, they start to release the messages which underline that, for example, the reunion is going to happen, but just for a small percentage of twin flames, and that the others will have to wait for it to happen, or that the channeling or reading is not supposed to resonate with everyone. Okay, but what's the point of such guidance if we, after hearing the message, have to reconsider whether it was meant for us or not? How are we supposed to know which small percentage of us, the twin flames, should expect the reunion? Which divine feminines will finally see that their divine masculines grew up? Honestly, it all seems like a fraud to me, but a fraud with at least some conscience about how it may influence people's lives. I really don't want to insult anyone, and I do not think it is such a horrible idea to watch such videos. As I said, I myself watch such videos. They can have a purpose in your life, but only if you are already at a stage where you know exactly how to distinguish your desires from your intuition, and it seems to me like if that is just a minority of the viewers. I will talk some more about this issue later in this video. So I mentioned channelings. On the other hand, I searched for some tarot readings to see how that works. Tarot readings are usually connected with astrology. So tarot reading is usually done for a certain zodiac sign and for a certain period of the year. What it looks like during the personal readings, I really don't know. I didn't order one for myself. But what actually really annoys me about these readings are those, sickly sweet predictions about the reunion, which is just about to happen, and about the grieving divine masculines who are about to knock on our doors with proposals, and the everlasting fairy tale that follows. Since we can usually find the readings for the previous months, it is not difficult to confirm this. That is, in my opinion, a bunch of crap. Sorry for my language. Accordingly to those readings, we are all the time one step away from the reunion, but yet the reunion doesn't happen. Okay, it's nice to be encouraged on our way to reunion, but this is so naive and steady that, at least in my case, it just doesn't work. So I completely gave up on those. Maybe it would be better just to call the best friend or mom or sister or somebody, or maybe it wouldn't be better. Based on my experience, we can talk to basically anyone. It doesn't really make much of a difference whether is it a family member or relative or friend or a person we see for the first time in our lives. Although we presume the good intentions, when it is about the people we feel as close to us, it is always necessary to put the self-experience-based claims into equation. What I'm trying to say is that no matter how loving and caring people are, they can only make conclusions that are reflections of who they are, not of who you are. Twin flames are an especially problematic topic, since many people never went through that experience and they are ready to try to convince you that you are insane, that you need medical help, and in general, that there is something wrong with you. They will also say that you are just going through a toxic relationship that triggers some hidden part of you. It won't make much of a difference if you mentioned that you were in love even before this and that you never felt this way. So regardless how well they mean, people can more often than not bring you to the wrong decisions. What seems like a clear situation to them might have a hidden purpose for you and for your life which only you can reveal. Our families and their members are always burdened with some kind of inherited hidden dynamics, misbeliefs, traumas. I recommend family constellations for this kind of problems. I tried it and it helps. I will also make a video on that subject as it helped me with my twin flames situation. I deeply sympathize with all the people who are forced to give up on their twin flames journey by the members of their families, as that is a huge wound that never heals. I witnessed one of such cases, and I would never ever recommend anyone to interfere between twin flames, as you will make a huge damage to each one of them and to yourself. As some of wise people say, karma is a bitch. So what should we rely on? The most of all, we should rely on our intuition combined with the awareness of the other people's boundaries. I added the other people's boundaries as a reminder for myself and for all of you who are about to watch this video that no matter what our intuition says, we should never ever cross the line that separates our desire from other person's right to make her or his own decisions and choices, regardless of how we feel and think of their choices. Once we reach the stage where we can distinguish our desires, our needs, urges from the impulses that come from our higher selves, we will have the most reliable tool to handle any situation in our lives. I'm still streaming to that aim. I'm still working on healing some of my wounds as they're preventing me from being who I truly am. And that is the only thing I need to be if I want to be reunited with my twin flame. Channelings, tarot readings, astrology, and I have to say I adore astrology forecasts, are not a bad thing if you know what to do with them. Sometimes What you hear can remind you of the things you already forgot or suppressed deep down in your soul. It can recall into your present the feelings you thought were buried long time ago. Never will it call something that does not exist within you. If it is brought into daylight, it means it should be dealt with. It's your call. Thank you for joining me on my twin flame journey, and thank you for witnessing the birth of the divine feminine within me.